Hello, I'm Laura and welcome to this How to Crochet series by Annie's. In this video tutorial, you'll learn how to change yarn colors when working in single crochet. Changing colors smoothly and never by knotting is an important skill to learn. To practice along, crochet a swatch of single crochet stitches starting with about 15 chain stitches. Let's get started.
To change colors in single crochet, you will work up to the last stitch that you need to work in that color. Go ahead and put the hook through and pull up a loop. You are now ready to bring in the new color. Leave a tail, and then you're going to hook the new color onto your crochet hook and pull it through the two loops. This completes the color change and makes for a seamless new color.
In this video tutorial, you'll learn how to change yarn colors when working in double crochet. Changing colors smoothly and never with knotting is an important skill to learn. To practice along, crochet a swatch of double crochet stitches, starting with about 15 chain stitches. Let's get started.
To stitch the double crochet color change, drop first color. Yarn over with new color. Draw through last two loops of stitch.
In this video tutorial, you'll learn how to single crochet around a ring. Projects such as kitchen dish towels often use a plastic ring as the hanger. We don't want the plastic ring to show, so we have to learn how to cover it by crocheting around it. To follow along, purchase a ring that's about 1 inch in diameter. Then grab your hook and yarn. Let's get started.
To stitch the single crochet around a ring, join with slip stitch around ring. Chain 1, single crochet in ring.
In this video tutorial, you'll learn how to make a slip ring. A slip ring is all crochet. You don't stitch around a plastic ring when making a slip ring. Slip rings are often found at the very beginning of projects that are made in the round.
Slip rings are used at the start of something in the round. To work a slip ring, you want to have at least a 4-inch tail, and you're going to loop the yarn so that your 4-inch tail is behind the loop you make. So here I have a loop, here's my tail. I'm going to insert my crochet hook into the loop I just made. And then you will pinch it here to help hold everything in place. Bring the yarn behind your crochet hook and pull it through this loop. To complete the slip ring and lock it into place, you will yarn over again and pull it through the loop on your hook. Then to work into it, the directions will tell you how many stitches to work into this loop of stitches you just made. When you're done working those stitches, you can pull on the tail to tighten up the loop.
Let's take one more look at how to crochet a slip ring.
Slip rings are used at the start of something in the round. To work a slip ring, you want to have at least a 4-inch tail, and you're going to loop the yarn so that your 4-inch tail is behind the loop you make. So here I have a loop, here's my tail. I'm going to insert my crochet hook into the loop I just made, and then you will pinch it here to help hold everything in place. Bring the yarn behind your crochet hook and pull it through this loop. To complete the slip ring and lock it into place, you will yarn over again and pull it through the loop on your hook. Then to work into it, the directions will tell you how many stitches to work into this loop of stitches you just made. When you're done working those stitches, you can pull on the tail to tighten up the loop.
In this video tutorial, you'll learn how to work the surface slip stitch. The surface slip stitch can be used to create designs such as lettering, flowers, leaves, or other motifs on the surface of a crochet project. Let's get started.
Surface slip stitch begins with a slip knot, but don't put it on your hook. Put it on the back side of the fabric. Place your hook through from the front of the fabric. Grab the slip knot on the back of the fabric and pull it through to the front. I'm now holding that slip knot on the back side of the fabric. Now I'll use a sawing motion to insert the hook from the front of the fabric to the back. Grab the working yarn, pull it through to the front of the fabric, and pull it through the loop that's on the hook. We can now place slip stitches, surface slip stitches, anywhere we want on the fabric in any direction. We can make a straight line, or we can make curves, or we can go up and down to previous rows, whatever the pattern calls for. So insert the hook from the front of the fabric to the back, grab the working yarn, pull it through to the front of the fabric and through the loop that's on the hook. When you're done, remove your hook, cut the yarn, pull this loop from the front of the fabric to the back, and pull the tail through. And that's surface slip stitch.
In this video tutorial, you'll learn about crochet symbols. In symbol crochet diagrams, each stitch is represented by a little picture or symbol. Many crocheters who are visual learners prefer reading crochet patterns in symbols instead of in written row by row or round by round instructions. In this video, we will show you the symbols that are used in most American and international symbol crochet patterns, and tell you which stitch each symbol represents. Let's get started.
Symbol crochet is a way of charting your stitches. Most patterns will give you a stitch key, and the stitch key will tell you what the symbols in the chart mean. When you see a circle, it's a chain, a dot will be a slip stitch, a cross, a single crochet, this will be a double crochet. If it has this symbol, it means worked in the back bar of the stitch, and the star means a stitch marker. Each pattern that has a stitch diagram will have a key similar to this, telling you what each symbol in the chart represents. When looking at the chart itself, they can be set up differently, but if it's worked flat, you will see it set up like this. Remember, according to the stitch key, these circles are chains. So you'll work the number of chains directed, and then for row 1, you will skip these two. Remember the triangle said to work in the back bar of the stitch, and that the single crochet, the cross is a single crochet. So you'll skip 2 chains, work a single crochet in the back bar of the chain. You will make 2 chains and skip 2 chains. The first row, notice, is all in blue, so it's easy for you to see what stitches to work across the row. When you get to this point with this chart, you are going to fasten off. If you were to continue up, there would be chains here. So we will go back here, slip stitch, as this dot told us to do, into this chain. Chain 4 stitches. This is our row 2. It will be worked this way across. The numbers indicate the direction you are working. So row 2 would start here, you'll work your starting chains, and then you'll work double crochet stitches into these chain spaces, followed by a chain 1. You'll work across, then you'll work row 3 this direction. Notice there's no chain here, so you would fasten off, slip stitch new yarn over here, and work a starting chain, and then work across the chart this direction. You'll also notice charts have these shaded areas. The repeats are shown in gray. The stitch repeat would be these column of stitches. This entire gray area means you will repeat these rows over and over again. Again, this gray area here means you repeat these stitches over and over again. This larger gray box means you'll repeat these rows over and over again. Sometimes you may get a chart that looks like this. This can be rather confusing, but it is done to save space. Again, just like with our other chart, you're going to follow it and work the repeats as directed. But you will notice that it only works up to so many rows, and then it disappears. That means whatever you did last is going to repeat over and over again. The chart then picks up back on the row where something new is happening, and you'll repeat that across. Notice it fades out in the middle. Again, this is for space reasons. You have too many stitches to show all of them. You'll just continue to repeat the stitches all the way across. It fades out again to indicate when a new set of directions start. And again, we're faded in the middle because those stitches are just repeating the same as indicated here. Again, it fades out and a new bunch of stitches are worked. Again, these stitches are new directions. Every time it fades out and comes back, it's to show you a new set of stitches. This is done again just to save space. There is nothing wrong with the chart itself. You may also see stitch diagrams worked in the round. When worked in the round, you're going to work around in the direction indicated. This is row 1. Here starts row 2. Here starts row 3. Round. You're working these in rounds. So these are round 1, round 2, round 3, pardon me. Round 4, round 5, round 6. If the directions tell you to switch directions, the number would be on the other side of the starting point for the round. Since the numbers are all on this side, this diagram indicates all the rounds are worked in this direction. Again, if the number was moved to the other side, that would indicate to work the round the opposite way. And again, each one of these stitches and drawn symbols will be in a stitch key along with the diagram.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss our new crochet videos coming up. And leave us a comment to tell us what you think about working with crochet symbols. We love hearing from you. See you next time.